They say hindsight is 20/20. Well, looking back, I think we can see it a little clearer now. What we faced, what we lost, how we changed. If I could go back, though, I would tell myself a few things I wish someone had told me about grief, about healing, about humanity. And today, if you let me, I'll share those things with you. It started with whispers. A virus, far away in a place most of us had never been. Just news on a screen. We thought it wouldn't reach us. It always happens somewhere else, until it didn't. Just like dominoes falling, one after another. The first case was recorded on January 11th, 2020. At the time, it was thousands of miles away. A new strain of an old virus, SARS-CoV-2. Wuhan, China. We watched from our homes with a mix of fascination and fear. How did it start? Why did it start? Would it come here? Here, where I live, the first case was confirmed on February 26, 2020. We were watching, waiting, thinking we had time. March 2020. Schools closed, offices emptied, sports leagues suspended. Movie theaters went dark, restaurants locked their doors, people stayed inside. The air grew thick with uncertainty. We stood at our windows and waved to neighbors across the street. No words, just a hand pressed to glass. I still remember the exact moment it felt real. Supermarket shelves stripped bare, people pushing carts piled high with necessities. Toilet paper, hand sanitizer, canned goods, water. We found ourselves in line. Outside, lines we didn't know we needed. Lines for food, lines for help, lines for medicine, lines for a piece of the old normal. The sun dipped below the horizon. Day after day, week after week. There was a new normal now, one we couldn't have imagined. I remember the confusion. Jokes, memes, panic buying toilet paper, baking bread, making sourdough starters, posting videos of empty shelves. And behind the memes, the fear. A kind we hadn't known before. Not fear of war or crime or a natural disaster. Fear of something invisible. Something that could be anywhere, on anyone. How do you prepare for that? I asked myself. How do you stop something you can't see, touch, or understand? We put signs on our front doors. Be safe. Stay well. We're in this together. But were we? I wondered. I walked outside. It was quieter than it had ever been. No sirens, no horns, no children at play, no crowds, no chatter, no life. I watched my neighbors from behind the window. They walked their dogs, took phone calls, waved to a stranger, missed their friends and family, missed the life they once knew. An artist painted on her balcony. A musician played his guitar. A young girl danced for her mother. Across the street, a man sat in his chair. He stared straight ahead, unblinking. Didn't he miss it? The buzz of traffic, the laughter, the crowds? Did he not fear the virus? Or did he have nothing left to lose? A family gathered on their lawn. Their chairs were far apart. A father, a mother, 2 daughters. The youngest held a kite. All 4 of them looked up at the sky. When the kite flew higher, the family leaned forward, as if hoping to lift their spirits along with it. The news became a loop. New cases, ICU beds, ventilators, death tolls. Behind every number was a name. A father, a nurse, a teacher, a child. The virus did not discriminate, but it did expose what we'd ignored. Inequality, isolation, how fragile our systems really were. In Italy, a priest wearing a diving suit blessed a graveyard. Hospitals turned into war zones. Doctors wore garbage bags when PPE ran out. Nurses held phones to dying patients' ears so families could say goodbye from a distance. We clapped from our balconies, lit candles, hung banners that said, "We're in this together." And yet, many were alone. For some, the fight was medical. For others, it was mental. Depression, anxiety, job loss, domestic violence. Being stuck at home didn't feel safe for everyone. I remember the funerals, the ones that never happened, people buried without goodbyes, mourning through video calls. Grief became something quiet, internal, delayed. And then the protests began. People poured into the streets. They marched, they chanted, "I can't breathe. Black lives matter. No justice, no peace." They demanded change, equality, justice, humanity. They were right. Life is not fair. Life is hard. And now, life was harder still. Then came the vaccines. Tiny vials of science and hope. Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. AstraZeneca. We lined up, rolled up sleeves, prayed this would end it. And for a while, it seemed to. I felt a sense of relief. Caution returned. We weren't waving out the window anymore. We were hugging, shaking hands, attending parties. But the world had changed. I remember the arguments. Some refused the shots. Family members, friends, colleagues, strangers. Misinformation spread faster than the virus. Did it work? Was it safe? Should we wear masks? Should we distance? Should we trust the science? Our beliefs, values, politics, affiliations became labels. Our differences divided us. We picked sides. We judged each other. We stopped listening. We stopped caring. We stopped being human. This was no longer about COVID. It was about us. We fought each other instead of fighting the virus. And then it hit close to home. My sister got sick. She was rushed to the hospital. Her husband drove her. He stayed in the car. She was taken inside. He waited. He called me. Her oxygen was low. She was scared. We talked for hours. I encouraged her to fight, to stay awake, to keep breathing, to hold on. I promised to be there soon. I packed a bag, got on a plane, flew as fast as I could. By the time I arrived, it was too late. If I could go back, I would tell my younger self 3 things. First, take care of your body. Eat well. Exercise. Sleep enough, because you only get one. Your body is your home. It's where you live. It's where you're living right now. And you don't know how precious that is until it feels like it might fail you. Second, listen more. Really listen. Stop typing. Put down your phone. Look people in the eye. Try to understand, because maybe they know something you don't. Maybe they've experienced something you haven't. Maybe they can teach you something new. Maybe they just need someone to listen. Listening is a superpower. Third, appreciate the small things. The birds, the trees, the rain. Watch the sunrise. Hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Say thank you. Breathe deeply. Laugh often. Dance in the kitchen. Play in the rain. Appreciate the small things because one day you might not be able to. We will remember the fear, the loss, the loneliness, the anger, the pain, the grief. But we will also remember the kindness, the support, the compassion, the courage, the hope, the love. COVID-19 took millions of lives, but it also reminded us that time is precious. Health isn't guaranteed, that even the strongest among us can fall. It revealed the cracks in our systems and in ourselves, but it also gave us a chance to rebuild better, to value what truly matters, to be kinder to each other, to ourselves, to our planet. We still carry the scars. Some lost loved ones. Others lost years of their lives. Children who missed their first day of school. Grandparents who died alone. Workers who never came back. Dreams that faded. But scars mean we survived. We will tell these stories, not to relive the pain, but to remember the lessons. So the silence never returns. This is a story of fear, loss, resilience, and hope. Because when the world held its breath, we learned how to breathe again. Thank you.